Hi, everyone. The four squared is here. Four squared. Uh, Sunday on the couch. Welcome to the couch, everyone. Oh my goodness. And this week I'm hosting. You may be watching it on other channels, but I'm hosting. I don't know if we did that. No.
No,
I didn't do it.
I
Oh,
didn't.
okay, yeah. Oh, that's right. We're not doing that anymore.
It's all Freebird.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all on me. It's all on me. All right. I gotcha. So that'll make it easier. Y'all can see all the comments. I happened to be on the other side of that this week. I think yesterday when I was watching Lisa and Denise. It was a little frustrating.
Yeah, it
It is a
is
little
frustrating when you can't see the
Yeah.
other people in the chat. Yeah.
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 And so I get it. Totally get it. And here is Terry at Holding Your Space, intuitive in the house.
Hi, Terry.
Yay, Terry. Terry will be on with us tonight. Tonight is healing night, you guys. So plan for that. Kevin, what time is that at?
5 o'clock Pacific time. It will be.
Oh, and also, are we multi-streaming that one or leaving it?
That will be multi-streamed, right? Correct.
Yeah, feels right.
Okay.
Just so we can reach more.
Actually, we didn't last time because what we did is we spoke. And I liked that. So we'll talk.
I liked
Well,
that.
okay, so maybe not.
Maybe
we'll
not.
discuss. We'll talk later.
Totally.
Okay.
Surprise.
I haven't set it up to where it's like that.
Well, make sure that you have Kevin's the healing medium, or I mean, it's Kevin Lewis now. So make sure you have his channel and are dinging that so you get whatever.
I have new music tonight too.
Ooh.
Really new, some beautiful music. So I'm excited to.
Ooh, okay, awesome. So that's tonight, and I really want to encourage everybody to be there. If you feel like you're in a good space, that's great. You can bring in your positive energy on your end, or you can stand in the gap for someone that you know that's not doing well. You can do that as well. So that's a beautiful thing. I wanted to, before we get started, I wanted to kind of address the energy right now. And it's I don't even know how to describe it, but it can be affecting your sleep, your dream state, your awake state, on how you respond or react to things right now. You're crying at the drop of the hat. All these extra things are being pushed out right now. And I wanted to bring it up to the family because I want you to know that you're not alone. As antennas, we're all antennas. And I'm purposely not using the word sensitives because it can be, when someone says, oh, you're sensitive, you know what I mean? So I want to empower you with the word. You are an antenna, and we are connected into the collective conscious. So we are feeling all that, as well as right now, just directly around you, and that energy as well. And so how are you all feeling? And I want to hear from you guys too, please.
I'm feeling all over the place. My husband did me wrong on one of these days, and he went on a river trip like a couple of nights when I really said, I need you here. And so I went cuckoo. And I knew my emotions were like at a different level than they usually are. But I was ready to he's moving out. and I don't have enough time to take care of this house, and I'm like, I need to rehome my chickens. I'm just like everything. Thankfully, the next day, and like it kept going, it didn't go away right away. It was definitely something squeezed out of me, all the emotions, and now I'm better. And my husband listened to me, thankfully. He's still alive.
I didn't know if we needed to call anyone or.
No, he's still alive. Yes. Ellen starts crying and laughing at the same time. Yes. Crazy. And I'm not my sleeping has been really weird. Like a nap will hit me, but then when it's time to sleep, I have a hard time sleeping. So that's my story. Yeah.
Thank you, JJ, for the transparency, because again, the reason we're sharing, guys, is because we want you to know that we're in this together. We've got you. Yeah. You've got us. We're feeling this together. But I am grateful, JJ, that I didn't get the call to help hide the body.
And I know you would.
She would have totally.
We're here.
We're in there.
But digging holes, that's really hard.
It is hard. It's hard. It's hard.
It's not easy. You have to factor that in.
Lisa.
Oh gosh, yeah. With me, and I did a live stream yesterday, and I mean, I had a great time, and it was so much fun. And but I was I transparent on that one or something prior to? But I did share at some point. I don't know. Maybe it was another live stream that maybe it might have been when I was on with Denise. I think I said it. I've been really emotional, and it's been tough. I've had a tough time, and I don't know if a lot of it is, Mother's Day, Father's Day, all that stuff's happening, so that's affecting me. But I'm the dreamer, and I had a dream last night. And I always say I don't really have nightmares, and it wasn't quite a nightmare, but it was disturbing. And it was, it might have been kind of prophetic, because I saw like a little local news alert that kind of went along the lines of what my dream was. So there was something that happened here that was close to what my dream was. Oh. So I don't know if I'm confusing that with my emotions. I mean, I don't want to go into it. It's not good, but it's been bothering me all day, actually. So it's I don't know, but yes, I am also.
But
I even took like a snapshot of it, because when I woke up out of the blue early this morning, and if you do the math, when I was alarmed and alerted to wake up, that was about when it happened. So that's new.
Oh, interesting.
Aside from just talking about just general woo-woo, I am on board with the fact that, yes, that I'm feeling things. I'm actually feeling things with everybody else as well. And I think everybody kind of needs a hug.
Yes.
I feel like there's like a group hug that needs to happen.
Group hug, and we will be doing that. We will. Yeah. We'll do it at the end today. Yeah, and we will definitely be doing it tonight.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I'm going to share.
Yeah, but thank you for doing that, because I feel like a lot of people are having dreams as well, and weird dreams, and trying to understand, and also remembering that our spirit team continues to work out things with us when we're sleeping, so that makes sense. I'm going to say hi to Denise, Spirit Growth Tarot Astrology, and popped in here.
Hi, Denise.
And Starseed Awakening, Karen. Hello.
Hi.
So Ellen says her dreams have been really vivid as well. So hugging you, T-Barb.
T-Barb said, what are we hugging about? Don't worry about it. Just hug. Just go with it.
There's a lot of crazy energy right now, T-Barb. Yeah. And so we wanted to bring it up to let y'all know you're not alone out there, that we are also experiencing that. So, Kevin, did you want to tag in on this?
Sure.
Okay.
First of all, JJ and Lisa, thank you for being so transparent in the sharing. I think that's so special. And what I feel like sharing is two things. One was this last week after my birthday, I got sick, and I don't get sick very often. And so I actually looked at it as I normally do when I get sick. I don't got time for this, and I don't want to be sick, and completely out of the present moment. And I stopped myself, and I embraced just where I was at in every single minute. And so when Debbie said, "Oh, I want to bring up something," I thought she was going to talk about my nose. And the amount of sun. And I literally spent a lot of time in rest and relaxation, which is very unlike me. I find things to do in most minutes of the day. I'm an overachiever. I work hard. I know that. And I struggle to actually just be sometimes with where I'm at in any given moment. And so I think the second part of what I feel like sharing was a conversation that I had with these beautiful women last week. And it was about this feeling, and I'm looking at it a little bit differently, and even more so this morning through my meditation around this feeling of expectation. And so what I want to say about that is I don't know if it's real or not, but I'm feeling this energy of expectation with myself. And so I know that there's meaning and message in this. I know that Spirit's close to bringing me kind of to a deeper understanding, but not but and I'm just embracing it in the moment. And so I'm good. I can continue to be that space to hold for other people, even when I'm not 100%. And I'm taking care of myself. So I get that. Go ahead.
No, and that's the key word.
Yeah.
We're being offered an opportunity to take care of ourselves. To go inward, to take a look at self. We're so much all of us are we're all givers. This whole family, we're all just such givers. And definitely the link here, all four of us, and then the comments that I'm reading, I really think you nailed that, Kevin. It's an opportunity to really take care of self, do some of that self-care. So I didn't mean to interrupt, but that you nailed it. You nailed it.
Yeah. How about you, Em?
Well, I'm similar to you. I was given an opportunity of forced downtime, and I'm when you work for yourself, and you know this, Kevin. There is no downtime. If you have some moments, you're planning the next thing, or you're creating the next thing, or you're doing the next thing, or you're doing whatever. There's always something in those moments. And I was offered an opportunity to slow down through illness, and I fought it. I was like, what, Spirit team? Right? And and they're probably just giggling at me like, dude, you now have permission to just rest, meditate, just be in and allow some of these things to move through you. And recognizing too that I always feel that I'm pretty good at allowing emotions to come in and out, or not store things in. But in this opportunity, I was able to see that there are some things that I've been storing. And that's why I cry at this commercial, or why this or that, is because I'm not taking that opportunity for self-care as far as allowing things not to get stuck in there. You need to release. So that's what I've been doing. That's been my thing. So anyways, so self-care, Kevin nailed it. So welcome to the couch, guys. And so today's couch is all about current topics. And I'm so excited. JJ's going to dive in on this with us today.
I'm going to try.
And so any current topics, but we like to start off our current topics with bringing someone through in history. So reading on a historical figure that may be helpful in messages in our time right now. And Karen, thank you for Starseed Awaken. Thank you for your comments as well. She's right there in it with us, you guys. Right on the same energy line. I also know that we just pass a full moon, or is the full moon still coming in?
I mean, it was last night for sure. I don't know how long.
It was last night. Okay. Yeah. And
thank you, Ellen.
So we did Tina Turner on Wednesday. So if you missed that, check it out on Wednesday. My Wednesday live. Tina Turner came in. She's awesome. I mean, hello, what a powerful human. Strawberry full moon last night. Thank you, Karen. Yeah. So so we may start to feel some release anyways, but tonight come to the prayer thing and to the healing night, and I feel like we'll be able to move through some of this stuff. All right. Okay, so Ike Turner. I don't even know. Do I know Ike Turner?
He was Tina Turner's first husband.
Oh.
He wasn't very nice.
Okay, so Tara asked backwards. Thank you for that suggestion. I actually read on him as well when I did Tina Turner. So that would be on last Wednesday's upload if you want to catch that. So we're hoping for someone from history that can give us some feedback for what we're in today. So any no one FDR Rossi. And thank you. So you can go ahead and start putting your questions in. Just blanket us with tons of questions, because any questions we don't get to, I'm going to do later on a video, on the weekly download video. All right. So FDR. He was our 32nd president.
Oh, wow. Did you know that off the top of your head? Good job.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I might have in third grade, but
I was just like, wow, he was president.
Okay, Franklin. Okay, so he's coming in, and I had to look up to you guys. This is how much. Okay, you all know me. I'm not even going to talk about that. But I'm seeing him at a top of a hill, like a top of a mountain. He's standing there. He is holding like he has been hunting. So I don't know if that was something he ever did, or if it's just a symbol. But he's saying that horizon look, that keeping that horizon in view. Yes, you have to be aware of your footing, like so in the moment, but keeping that horizon in view is very important in creating, in making policy, in human rights, in always keep your eye on that horizon, and but also acknowledging needing to keep your footing. Now, I don't know why he's standing at the top of a mountain with, with some. It's not like it's literally just for hunting. He has the whole hunting gear on. So I don't know if that's symbolic for something.
Over here, I'm getting a combination of things because there are some things I kind of know about him anyway.
Okay.
So, he kind of ahead of his time. I mean, he helped us get through the Depression during the time when he was president, and also he was kind of civil rightsy a little bit ahead of his time. So that was a thing too. But with the woo-woo coming in, I feel like he had a tough, I don't know. I feel like he had a tough childhood. I feel like he had a lot of adversities growing up somehow, and maybe that reflected upon his goal of ultimately being president and to make changes and be such a positive representation on a certain level. It's interesting, and I love that somebody brought up that he was the one for us to channel, because I think his beliefs, although maybe he not have been able to 100% be able to implement a lot of what he was feeling, but I feel like he was really all about the little guy. He was the underdog. He really wanted to see people succeed, and I do feel like there's something with him that
that gives me the chills, Lisa.
Yeah, I feel like there was something with him personally that really resonated and really made him want to do those things. So that's the vibe I'm getting over here.
As soon as I connected with, and this is interesting, please show me the way to go. I felt very nervous. My heart started to race. So I don't know if there's something around his heart, or if this was kind of like beyond the mirror of illusion of who I was for people. He was very, very nervous. And so there was just this unsettled feeling for things that were, okay, I get it. I get it. Okay. So he said, show the card. So I got the vulnerability card. And so he's coming forward. He's making connection to the 34th, because it's in two cards, the 34th. Okay. So one thing at a time. So the first part is, part of why he's coming through is because of Pride Month. And so the first thing that he said to me was that we are shifting within this new reality around masculine and feminine. So there's this energy that's uprising around how we define it, how we move in it. And so specifically this month, it's by no coincidence that he's coming through. He wants us to continue to face our fears. Fears just seem to be rising and rising. And so as we face our fears, things like our dream state allows us to tap into that subconscious and release and heal. So that's the part where it's like, that's assisting him in that nervousness. So I mean, he brings through, these beautiful words of love and trust and abundance. And so, just like the night's wind, this shift, that's why we're all feeling it. And so, we can't escape our fears, but that they are, we're able to release them. And so, that seemed a bit scattered.
His famous quote is, "We have nothing to fear except fear itself."
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
And I love that somebody mentioned his wife, Eleanor. Yeah. She actually stepped in when he could not. Sometimes there's some questioning as to who was our president right then.
Right. Yeah.
But she really did. She stepped up to the plate. And I do think that in a way she was representing a lot of what he was trying to portray. So it was a team effort with those two, for sure. Yeah, I'm just throwing that out there too.
I'm getting that. I got the horizon thing too, Debbie. It was definitely from, they were showing me the clouds and there was a hill. But then what I saw was there were 4 arrows coming down. And then he was, from what I was getting, it was 4 ways. There's 4 ways to do something. To me, it seems like there's always like a different way. Like look at all the ways of doing something. For me, it just means, maybe don't be so judgy. There's always like another way to look at something is what I was getting. But 4 ways, that's what he keeps saying.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I also feel another thing that he's bringing in here is in service of others. So if you have the mentality of not being a servant, I'm not saying that, but be in service. So that's a completely different thing. And so when you are here in service to mankind in their betterment or to assist them, that always is the right path, right? But if you are here and you're here for your own greed, your own in service of self, like that, that's where that greed and power trip comes in and disrupts everything. And that's where you see the imbalance start to happen in society and what we're seeing right now, blah, blah, blah. However, that's his mentality was in service of the people. Recognizing that when you have the poorest of the poor being successful and finding meaning in their life and work and income, it really helps the whole, right? So he had this idea somehow, but anyways, so I feel like part of what he's saying is we need to come back in that mentality, and we have that happening in the house right now, like in the White House right now.
Do you feel like, Debbie, I feel like he's a little disappointed in the idea that we've kind of lost track of the people?
Yes.
We've gotten away from that a lot, because here we go. Here, again, referring back to him being someone who was prevalent during the Depression, which is based on money. And, but he was so for people. And we've kind of come into a situation where I think money is so focused now. Mm-hmm. And the people are on the back burner.
Yeah,
it's so reverse of what his intentions were at the time. And I think that's kind of a letdown. I think he's a little let down about that. Not to say that's not going to switch up. I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer on that. I just think that he recognizes that the shift is so real and so heavy, where money is so prevalent above the people. When he was coming up through a time where, people didn't have money, people had huge losses, and he was trying to uplift the people.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it works. He says it works. We need to get back to that. Well, anyways, thank you, FDR. Anybody else have input? You good? Everybody good? All right. Wow. And Eleanor, I've read on Eleanor before, and she's an amazing energy. Spirit Whisperer in the house. Happy Pride.
Hi, Mark.
Okay, so we're going to finish fast today. Not very many questions came in.
Well, let's just do one question and leave. That's fine.
Totally.
We love you all.
No one has any questions today.
It's all good.
All right, so we do
Yeah,
have.
there are some people asking, the FDR still, like Spiritual Growth had one, and then someone else said, what would he think about January 6th, which was really interesting because Lisa, that's when you like nailed it with the I think he would be disappointed in what's going on now. I don't know if you saw that question, but you answered
I saw
it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I just saw it.
All right. Okay, so we'll just go here. All right. Hi, Sherry. Voices from the Swamp. All right. If charged with espionage or treason, will Trump go to jail with no bail? Apple. It's interesting, Apple, that you asked this question because I actually had a download on this morning before coming on in regards to Trump and the things he's involved with. He, no matter what he's done, he's still has been in the role of president of the United States. So he won't be treated like what you would normally be for all these serious charges. And so you won't see him. There's other things that will be at play here. But it's not going to be like what you would see if I did what he did. It would have been, probably the firing squad or something. I don't know. But, usually if a normal citizen did what he did, we'd never see the light of day. What I was told, it'll be different for him. He still will go through all the charges and stuff, but it will look different because he's been the president.
Yeah, I agree 100% with what you're saying. And it is because this is new for us. Nobody knows how to handle it. And whatever they do, it's going to set a precedent moving forward with other presidents. This is new. It's unexpected. I do have 3 cards. I got dark energy. I got poverty and restriction. So
there you go.
It's going to hit his pocketbook.
He will be restricted. Yeah.
Yeah. And there are going to be little sanctions against him, and he's not going to be able to have certain businesses. I think he's going to be, licenses will be removed from him. He's the real estate guy, right? So maybe that'll be something that'll be taken from him. He's not going to have the freedom to have his little startups like he had in the past. I am a little hung up on the directed jail with him. Directed jail with no bail. And I know that's a popular question. I mean, everybody asks that all the time. That's the dream, right? For him to go directly to jail with no bail. I think that there is a tendency to be really careful about how to handle this, just because of how this might play out in the future. And also, it's such a reflection on the U.S. I think it's an embarrassment. And I think there's something about that embarrassment that's also a factor that it shouldn't be. It should be justice. But I think there's something about the embarrassment factor that's making everybody kind of reel it in a little bit on how to handle him, because he was placed in that position to begin with. So all the evidence, all the stuff that we're seeing, it's all of his prior stuff. It's not even stuff that was after he was president. This is the guy he was. So I think that in itself is something that's making everything a little tainted, and it makes us look bad. And that's what I'm feeling on that.
I've only read on this, actually probably on this channel, and I think it's probably, what's the word, naivety? Naiveness.
Yeah.
And probably the unpopular read on this, and that I've always felt that he would go to jail. And so I specifically just honed in again on that part of the question. Will he go to jail? And I get a yes. I get a yes. I got the yes card. I got the success card. I got the freedom card, and I got the love card, which all support the yes in how I was asking the question, and then the death card. And so I'm going to say it again. I feel like he will go to jail, and I don't think it's with all of the customization that maybe is out there. That's just my read on it. I think he's going to jail, and I can feel it, and I've tuned in that way. And that's what it feels like right now. So that's
I do feel like there's going to be restriction like that, but it's going to look a little different than what if I was put in jail.
Oh my gosh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I could go up the road and steal a Snickers bar and get a bigger deal than what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
Would that be your choice, the Snickers bar?
Right on, it'd be a Snickers bar.
It's the first thing that popped into her head.
I'm hungry right now. I'm hungry, guys.
The whole family is going to send you a Snickers bar in the mail.
I love Snickers.
Watch your mailbox.
So I got that, I saw a person standing, and then that feeling of, when the floor falls out underneath you. It's one of those like shock type things, and of course the motion is going down. So something is going down, and I got this card because somebody else was asking, well, what about the other people in his team? Like, how does that work? And I got this card, and when I'm looking at this card, I see that this is going to lead to other things, because it's when I see this, it's like all of these other things are coming out. Mm-hmm. So I think this will be leading to more people, and maybe some bigger changes.
Yeah.
And then remembering what FDR said, where there's always 4 ways to look at things. So
I do. And to add to that, JJ, I do see that they are conflicted in regards to the judgment called on him. They are conflicted, trying to figure that out, how this will look, but and working it out. But either way, he's not going to. This is how Trump will feel. He's not. It's like he wasn't expecting what they're going to be doing, and there's no bail for Espinosa Rosas. Yeah, he's going to be. It's going to be shock and awe to him that he can't believe this is happening to him. So,
and do you guys feel? Do you guys also feel that this is kind of just like the sign of the times, like what's coming? Because I was just, I've been watching the Danny Masterson trials as well. He was his family's in Scientology, and he was just convicted of 2 counts of forcible, the R word. And so he's going to jail, but it was this huge thing where Scientology, is almost like what's happening. There's like a lot of protection, a lot of money, a lot of like, secretive stuff. And he was just, he was just sent to jail. So I'm wondering if that's this new thing that we're going into.
Yeah.
Where, the snakes are going to fall out of the tree.
Yeah. And people aren't getting away with stuff.
I think you're right. Yeah. The accountability is like on point right now.
Mm-hmm.
Accountability is on the plate.
I like that.
Yeah, Danny Masterson. Did I say his name right?
I think you did.
Okay. Yeah.
But I knew you meant. Yeah.
Yeah. He
will somehow be contained where he can't communicate with the outside world. I agree, T-Barb. I do feel this. He's okay. All right.
I read a comment there about sending prayers to Lady G and her pets. I'm not sure what's going on there, but
yeah, I heard that on my live stream last night. Somebody said Lady G lost 2 of her dogs this week.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. So do one of you guys want to pull a question?
Crickets.
Yeah. Well, I'm reading what Sonia was saying.
Like, no.
That this is like how it works. Like the Scientology church, their group, they pretty much own Clearwater, Florida, and it's just like it's the same thing with the political stuff. It's like you have these big groups of like protection and like good old boys and.
The good old boy thing, right?
Yeah.
Stereotypical. I mean, whatever it is. There's always some behind the scenes powerhouse that's money generated that can shift everything. It's so unfair. It's so unequal justice wise. But I think that's I think it's shaking it up a little bit right now. So.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Denise says regarding Scientology, my LA City firefighter's son her son was heartbroken and having to rescue an older woman who had fallen and broken her hip and at the Scientology office, and no one would call for help.
Right, because they don't believe
they don't do that. Yeah. All right. Did you find one, Kevin, or you want me to just grab one?
I did, but then I realized it was a mediumship one. So
that's fine too. I mean,
is that okay?
Whatever. Yeah, whatever one we want.
I think this is interesting. Margaret Sanger, birth control activist. What does she have to say?
All right, Margaret. So Margaret Sanger, I feel like she was like, wasn't she way back in the day? Like way.
I'm gonna have to Google her.
Margaret Sanger.
Yeah, we'll have to put Lady G in the prayers tonight.
Yes. Yeah. So Margaret Sanger. She was born in 1879 and passed in 1966. So you can imagine her road with she was an American birth control activist, sex educator, and writer, and nurse. I feel like she probably would have had some time in jail due to her, but I don't remember for sure.
We're doing a mediumship.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. These are interesting cards. The big picture card, and I feel like this speaks to her knowing and the relationship harmony and the victory card. And so, and the ideal course of action. I feel like not knowing her, she was very influential. And of course, with that, things got loud. Very controversial. Am I the only one hearing that feedback?
Well, it's on your. It's on your thing.
Oh, I can hear you too. And I can hear me. Oh no.
We're all doing it?
Yeah.
Really?
Not Lisa.
It's Lisa's, I think.
Lisa's not doing it.
I just muted her.
Oh.
Yeah.
You got those electrical gremlins again.
We do.
Ooh, okay.
Margaret.
I can stay quiet, but I'm not hearing anything though.
I feel like what Margaret is saying here is,
oh my gosh. This is so
go
funny.
ahead.
It's the 45 card and time to go. And it's interesting that we just read on Trump. Anyways, that's my little, that's what I got.
So, okay, so what I'm feeling she's saying to me, and what a wonderful energy, you guys. Such an advocate for women, and the stuff that she saw in, but for her to stand in advocacy for that, for reform, and to educate, just wow, before her time. However, what she's saying is she don't feel like things are going backwards right now, even though it feels like that. And the main thing here is that actually things, she said, like you guys talked about earlier, things are coming to the surface. And so there's going to be a bigger push towards women's health in general. And really learning and bringing out more aspects of what women's healthcare in general. We no longer are going to be in the back seat anymore, so to speak, in regards to healthcare or our health in general. No longer ignored when we're saying, you're saying that there's nothing wrong with me, but I am telling you there's something wrong with me. Those types of things are going to shift. We're no longer going to be looked at like being hysterical. Like that's the only word that I can think of.
Yeah.
They're going to start taking women's health more serious because of what's happening right now. She's saying that's a shift. And also that they're shifting towards men in birth control more than women. So women have been carrying the birth control on their own shoulders all this time. It's shifting. She said there's something coming in, and we're going to see this in the next 5 years, you guys. A shift towards men's birth control is what she's saying. Okay.
You're muted.
Hysterical.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Am I weird over here?
I can now.
Well, it was weird. I had to mute you because it was feedbacking.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Now
Mhm.
yep.
Okay.
I love your weirdness.
You know, it's natural. I'm just weird. It's okay.
You be you. Be you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I got goosebumps when we were talking about being hysterical because that's the origin of hysterectomy. Is hysterical. That was the whole thing. Men at some point way back thought that women were being hysterical when there were female things happening with their bodies and all that stuff. So that's like a ding 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 right there. I pulled one card. It actually says Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So if anything, I do think that everything that's going on, regardless of how much we love it or we hate it, it's bringing awareness. It really is bringing everything to the front burner on what we need to talk about, what we need to discuss, and the importance of things that we've kind of taken for granted. I think that that's a good thing. So, yes, Margaret, yeah, I think that she is fully aware of what's going on right now. And I think that she is so supportive of all the things that are happening. And I also agree with the fact that men, I think sometimes when we have these discussions, maybe somebody who's just happening upon our live streams think that we're like man hating. No, that's not the case. We're not
Not at
saying
all.
that at all. There's so many male supporters, and sometimes that needs to be the thing that makes things more prevalent. So all you guys out there who are supporting all the females, that's everything, because that helps too, and that's appreciated. So I kind of feel like I need to say that as well.
I was man hating a few days ago.
Well, yeah, yeah.
But he deserved
You're
it.
almost on Dateline. Understood.
Yeah. Okay. Just want to clear the air. Mine ties in with all of that. I love that you got a card that said seeding, because I was drawn to do the outline of the female body, and I kind of got that feeling of like hysterical, like, when protests can kind of go crazy, or how like women are perceived as going crazy. And I was like, oh, I wonder if this is going to stop like in the pelvic floor area to like focus on that. And it's like, no, it went straight into the ground. And straight into the ground. And the word was ground. It wasn't even grounding. It was just ground. Like, and I love that you got the seed, because that means growth. And so yay, I have goosebumps. I'm happy for this question.
Yeah.
It's a great question. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was told to pull some cards from this new deck that I got. And I'm glad that I did. We have some beautiful growth coming, and it's not, and to remember, guys, that wildflowers, they can grow amongst weeds. So I feel like we're not to be discouraged. We have the other side working. This is also a spiritual awakening and growth thing that's happening as well. And so you have the wings, the tree, and the wildflowers coming in, but backing that up, that transformation, we need to also get our hands involved. We need to be involved with this. And you have Yumiko Karashashi coming in, and she brings in that we're in the middle of a transformation of what's happening here. And the three other ladies that came in, and I can't even believe this, you guys, we have Shirley Jackson, Toni Morrison, and Leslie Marmon Silko coming in.
Ooh, powerful women, family, power, and community. And that will bring in that change. This is moving, this is
It's in motion.
It's in motion.
Yeah.
Woo, powerful.
I know, my head is like,
Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, this is an interesting question. Very different. We're going to go into a whole new energy here with this. But Ellen is hi, Ellen. If Trump is indicted by Jack Smith, what will happen to the pardons that he sold or gave away? Well,
oh, that's interesting.
That's
a really good question. Right off, I'm feeling like, ooh, I almost feel like that would really be up in the air with that, because you'd almost have to address it case by case with who was pardoned and what their initial crimes were. And to do that, I mean, for him to be indicted by Jack Smith, it's like, are we talking about retracting everything and anything that he put his little hands on?
Well, that's going to push that, isn't it? It's going to push him to give, if he's convicted of espionage, then he's illegitimate.
It's like,
and everything that any pardons that he gave would be
it's like the whole slate is wiped.
Yeah,
it's beyond the pardons, is what I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's a whole other thing to address, because it's like he was never there. So they would have to delete everything.
And of course, all the ones that he sold, those are all illegal. That's not a pardon. That's illegal.
Right.
So, I'm getting this vision of like some funny people are telling me this. It's like, if we start this, it's like there's no stop, and it's just like, well, that erases like all of the presidents, because I mean, in order for presidents to get where they are, they have to like do some shady stuff. Unfortunately, it's just like, I'm just watching this whole line of like,
all the presidents, right?
It's gonna be like all of them. Like, where does it stop? Because I feel like this will open it up for others.
Oh yeah, it's a whole deal,
and I'm all for it. Like, yes, transparency. Come on. Yes.
I'm even thinking back to the fact that when he went into office, he was so eager to erase all of Obama's stuff.
Yeah.
So all that would have to be retracted too.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they do though? Like, if a Republican comes in and then they try to erase the Democrats stuff, and
it's always
such a weird system.
It is crazy. It really is crazy.
Yeah.
And back to the money and power.
Money and power.
Yeah.
That's what, well, speaking of that, that's what FDR was trying to say. Like, this has to, that view that needs to shift out. We need to get back to the people, to being in service. We come here to be in service of each other. Yeah.
I could totally go down a whole rabbit hole of like, well, okay then, like, let's talk about the history of money. And
well, there's actually, I hear you, JJ, because there's a whole bunch of stuff I want to say, but I don't want to.
I know, me too. I was just like, did you see me space it out? I'm just like, oh my God, there's so much to talk about.
I feel like all of this, guys, I mean, we're talking about electoral college and even the Constitution itself. I think that everything is really springboarding us toward changing. That stuff from way back, it applied then. And some of the intentions were good. Some of them were very racist. Some of them were very based on economy, what you had, what you don't have, landowners, that kind of thing. I think this is really, it's big, guys. This is really having to really reconnect and address different things that are on the books, and that's new, and that it's scary. So a lot of stuff's up in the air because of all this weirdness, I think, that has been going on here.
Yeah,
they just showed me like this big Band-Aid, but it's an old Band-Aid. And the Band-Aid comes off and the wound is just like rotting. It's just all this like rotten stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
and you also described this. It's a spider web, and it's just, But it's bringing this whole thing, everything that's happening right now. We're seeing this. We're like, whoa, this is unprecedented. All this. It's part of this transformation. This is all part of the transformation.
And that's what I love about this community, and what I love about the healing light that's on later on tonight. It's like, I just feel like as humans, this vibration, this resonance that we have, we can change, and I already feel things changing. So yeah, I'm really thankful for
Yeah.
the readers, the community.
Right?
Putting
We're
the-
paying attention to this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suzanne says it looks more like a tick.
Oh, in my little spider.
Yeah.
Kevin, you've got quite a message there, don't you?
I mean, there's so many things, and it's like, I guess I keep hearing the question, do we really want to go there? Is that actually what we want? So I think there's parts of it. I'll just show the cards that I got. I got the forgiveness card and I got the freedom card. And I think that will play to certain parts of it. I also got this awareness to the solar plexus, and that is deeper wisdom and power. And so it feels really good in the outcome. I did pull the remembrance card, and that's the revisiting, the resurfacing of past feeling and emotion. And then the last card that I pulled was the winter's end. And I feel like this is really reminiscent. So there's this thread from the first reading that we did with the president, and then with Roosevelt, and the mention of the shifting that's happening within the masculine and the feminine. And then the lady who we just read on, pardon me, I forgot her name. I do.
Margaret.
Yes, Margaret, in that. And then the winter's end is the regeneration, rebirth, and positive outcome. So it's like, don't get so focused on all of the little details, because if we do, that rabbit hole could take us in so many,
Right.
actually,
there's a spider web.
unpleasantry of it. And so,
unpleasantry.
yes. And so really, and then these four didn't fall out by mistakes. I got the peace card, I got the pride card, I got the love card again, and the freedom card. So that's where they want our focus to be in, as we continue to need direction.
Yeah, transformation. Yeah, moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, everybody can go into that store and steal a Snickers bar, but there might be only one person who gets caught for it, right?
Right.
I just love that you said Snickers bar.
Snickers.
Okay, we are at that hour mark, you guys, and
whoa, that was fast.
I know we went.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
I know we did do we did talk a little bit more at the beginning than normal. We didn't start diving into the questions. So I know we didn't get to many of the questions, but again, I will be taking these questions and going through them in a recording. So thank you for doing those questions. But now we're moving into just collectively, and I know we are going to have a healing time tonight, but this is a little bit different that we do on Sunday mornings, and that's where we just kind of come together as a group. We're going to link in, and so now's the time to throw up your intentions, any prayers or intentions, and I know, and just writing them out. And then the unspoken ones too. We know that there are many people watching that, and so for those of you who are just watching and aren't doing, and that's okay, just go ahead and throw your intention in, just unspoken. That's fine, and we'll catch that. And but those of you who are in the chat, please feel free to go ahead and write that in as part of taking action and intention prayers. And I know that we have Lady G that we will be putting in the mix here as well. Sharon Sipe, thank you. Thank you. All right.
Last night, Renee, Terra Live Community Renee, came on and said that she had lost 2 of her cats this week too.
That's right. Yeah. So we'll keep Renee in prayer. And she had a stint in the ICU, she said, yeah. Herself, yeah. Thank you, you guys, for reading your prayers and intentions.
And thanks for being so supportive with each other in there.
Yeah.
It's such a big deal.
All right. So
we miss things. So it's so cool that they do that. They step up in there. It's nice.
The terrible fires. And are you having any smoke where you are from the fires, Kevin?
No, we aren't.
It comes to Idaho when the wind is just right. Oh, and I'd like to add prayers too. I guess there's like, I don't remember if it was 20 or 30 kids are missing in Ohio.
What?
Prayers. Yeah, have you not heard that?
No. I haven't. No.
Maybe it comes up because I follow a lot of like the people who go after pedophiles and stuff.
I was gonna say, is it trafficking?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but my heart goes out for those kiddos because that's a lot of it's a lot of kids. Even one's too much, but yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Nova Scotia had the fires as well. All right. In the last 30 days for Ohio, Cosmic says, holy cow. I'm gonna have to look into that. That's no bueno.
No, I'm gonna hold those guys in my heart tonight.
And also the silent prayers, as usual, guys. You know, whoever's not putting anything in there, somebody might be watching this later or watching this now, not necessarily typing it. We're thinking of you as well.
Yes, and I really I like. I've been seeing some of the prayers coming in regards to just trying to be better within themselves or respond better, like that. Beautiful. I love that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and connect in now. So if everybody just kind of, however you want to do this, whatever's comfortable with you, for you. It's time we come together and we're linking in arm to arm, and we're in this big circle, all of us, this whole family here. And if you're watching this at another time, you can just pop right into this circle right now with us. And as we link in, we share all the prayers. So whatever's been on your shoulders will equalize out on all of our shoulders now. So we're helping you bear the burdens of prayers, or the burdens of illness, or the burdens of however that is. We're here to help you shoulder that. We're not taking them into ourselves. We're helping you shoulder it. And in between us, we have source. So when you look in between us, it's just the brightest light that you've ever experienced. And it's okay. It doesn't hurt or anything. You can look right into it and be a part of it. You can ebb and flow in it. But as far up as you can see and as far down as you can, it just goes all the way down into the earth and all the way up as far as you can see. This is where we receive. This is healing here. This is embracing. And we are embracing each other. We're shouldering for each other. And you can go ahead and step into that light. Releasing anything from your shoulders, from your body. If you're standing in for someone else, go ahead and release those prayers now into the light. receive that love in replacement of those. So back in line now, we're back connected in arm in arm. And just take this moment of just kind of like that group hug that we all need right now. And so it is.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just starring all the prayers, add them to the list for the week. All right. How you guys?
Good.
I need to ground a little bit.
I'm all in my feels over here.
All in your feels. Okay, got it. All right. Love and light to you all. Thank you for hanging out on the couch with us today. And we will see you next week on JJ or Lisa?
I think it's JJ's turn because now she's in the rotation. So I think that it's JJ.
So next week we'll be on JJ Two Tots Speaks channel.
Mhm.
So if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to her channel so you'll get and we'll be on her couch next week. So and I wasn't here for the last time on her couch, but I heard it was quite the couch time. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing you all next week. Please don't hesitate to reach out, and we'll see you tonight at Healing Time. And blessings to you all. We'll see you on all our perspective channels during the week. We love you, and
The hugs are real.
the hugs are real. Self-care time. Love you guys. Bye.